Welcome back, I'm Gareth Edwards. June is celebrated as Youth Month in South Africa, paying tribute to the ordinary citizens and black pupils who lost their lives during that Soweto uprising of the 16th of June 1976. Now, the country's Youth Month program is going to be launched. Education, skills development, job creation and the fight against substance abuse are expected to top that agenda. Government is going to be holding a number of public participation sessions around the country. It's during a massive eNCA Focus Week. If you want the dates, by the way, it's the 11th to the 17th of June. We'll get more details on how that's going to work when I speak to Performance Monitoring and Evaluation Deputy Minister, Mr. Obed Bapela. Deputy Minister, good morning to you. Thank you very much for coming in. There are such a range of issues to try and deal with in Youth Month. How do you prioritise this?
Let me first pay tribute to the youth of 1976 for the gallant stand that they took. Obviously, it's a challenge for the youth of today to define their own historic mission also around these gigantic issues, such as jobs, such as creating awareness around drugs and violence prevention, and also skills, going to school and educating themselves. Definitely, that is their role, and that is what we are going to be putting as a message.
So what's the first thing you want to pick up on? There's so many messages. We can't talk about all of them, Deputy Minister. What's the one message you want to get out?
Look, Nelson Mandela once said that education is the only weapon that is available for you to better your life. And I think young people must really take education very, very seriously, develop and amass those skills, and indeed so that they can be better people tomorrow. This country will need a better asset, and that is the human asset that we have today. 70% of our population is young, and indeed we really have to invest on it. They call it the demographic dividend window. It's a window of opportunity, and the country will indeed be focusing on increasing investment to ensure that young people really grab their skills and really develop their skills.
I want to talk about development, this development investment. I read your statement that you read out as well. Are the youth getting enough say in the development of the investments for them?
Definitely. I mean, when you look at education, I mean, it's vast investment that we are putting in. And those who cannot afford, there's NSFAS, which is 5 billion rands of worth of scholarships and bursaries that are available by government. And then I'm not even counting provinces that are also putting in money, municipalities are. So it's up to the young people also to take responsibility and be out there and develop those skills. Then with those developed skills, then we can then begin to look at the economy, which we are also looking at to increase the economy so that it can then take them into the jobs, which is something that young people want. But obviously there are these discouraged youth, which is 2.2 million of them who are just sitting home doing nothing, out of school, out of work, and it's a very big concern. And we are also going to be developing programs targeting them so that we could then begin to bring them into the system, either going to school, some of them, but also then taking them into some job opportunity.
I can imagine then these 2.2 million home stayers, let's call them the school stayaways, those are the ones you're going to be focusing at this eNCA Focus Week. I want you to explain to me what that is. It's the 11th to the 17th of June. When, where, how and why?
Well, the dates will be announced on Sunday, and then the ministers will be all out in the country, attending and then addressing those eNCAs. Young people and parents and community leaders are going to be expected to attend, because without the community support, without the parent support, obviously young people still need to be guided, and therefore the messaging will then be targeting on them to say, here's the offers, please let's then begin to work together. There's a youth bulge in the countries now have to invest in that. It's not only in South Africa, it's SADC, it's also the Africa, the youth bulge is big. Out of the 1 billion Africans, out of that 1 billion, 600 million are below the age of 35. So all countries are now beginning to focus on youth development.
Just as we begin to end the conversation, Deputy Minister, in 30 seconds, June 16th, such an important day for the country. How are you calling for the youth to come out and not only respect the day, but understand what was fought for to give them the rights? On June 16th, what are you asking the youth of South Africa to do?
Firstly is to commemorate and then think and give a thought to those young people. Secondly is to be active and then celebrate the achievements and also acknowledge the challenges. And lastly is to contribute, be available, be active citizens, and then be there to build this new country so that South Africa can become a better country for all of us.
All the best with the campaign.
Thank you.
A huge pleasure having you.
Thank you very much.
Performance Monitoring and Evaluation Deputy Minister, Mr. Obed Bapela.
News that moves. eNCA.com.